Hello Virgo, I am Ulrich, I am Lenormand card reader, and today we will do your spiritual philosophical card reading for the month of April. These cards are more a kind of guides. They help you if you need to make decisions in life. Probably also they give you some clues exactly where you are in life. Anyway, Virgo, we will just go on with it. Here we go for your spiritual philosophical card reading for the month of April. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your spiritual philosophical card reading for excuse me, for the month of April. As your first card here, this card it advises us to take baby steps. What does this card exactly mean? Well, it's possible that it's time to make some changes in our life. We need to distance ourselves from the crowd. Maybe it's possible you have a different opinion than others. It's possible that there are certain conflicts in your life that you disagree with other people. This could be about health issues. This could be about environment issues. Anyway, there is something in your life here that you want to change. And as you see here, your advice to take some distance from the group here. This is what we are seeing here, but it's possible with this card that these changes or these challenges might seem very big to you. It might be the first step. As you see here, this is a penguin chick, it's still young, so it's possible that these ideas are new and you no longer feel that you belong to the collective for certain ideas in your life. Anyway, it's possible that you still hold on. This is possible because sometimes our ego, this is our personality that we developed since we were a child. There's a lot of factors here that playing a role. There's our education, there's our parents, there's our environment, and all this, all what that we encounter in our life, this shapes us and you in who you are. And here we see it's possible that your ego, your small inner voice as a human being, it tells you not to make some changes and that there is a certain fear. Anyway, here we should pick up these challenges. This card tells us, but of course it would be wise if you are implementing or are you planning to implement some changes that you make a plan. Plan is very important here with this card. So it's important that we make a plan and that we divide this plan in small steps, whatever they may be, and no matter what these challenges are, it's important that you take little steps, and these little steps are plans. Here, it's not advisable here to go directly full force into it. If you want to reach certain goals, if you want to distance yourself from something, if you want to make some changes here, also it's advisable with this card that you write your goals down. You make them realistic and do one of two things a day here to make your dream or your changes come true. If you want to achieve your preset goal, it's possible also that physically or mentally you need to become more active. It's possible that you need to rise earlier, that you need to do some things earlier here for making these changes. It's important here, for instance, if you want to change job, if you want to change points of view, it's important here that you write down exactly what you want to accomplish. No matter what it is, health like, job like here, it's important to write it down. This is what we see here. If you have difficulties for reaching these goals alone, it's possible also, or it's maybe advisable with this card that you let somebody help you to set for these goals. It's best, of course, that if we distance ourselves from the group and we felt that we don't belong to certain groups anymore, that we look for like-minded people. We come in the age of Aquarius, and there's certain groups, especially if you see that you take distance from certain people that you've been longly connected to, and these people no longer fit your mindset, it's the best here that you find some advice from people who are like-minded. This is very important here. Anyway, we do this step by step here. We do something today, we add something tomorrow here. It could be actually a mind-breaking idea here that you have, but we need to break this in small pieces, because sometimes it's like we're facing challenges here, and we should do this slowly, modestly, gradually. It doesn't mean you need to give up the idea, absolutely not. It means that you need to keep for these ideas here, but you should let these transformations a little bit of time. It's like you need to settle a little bit here. So introduce small subtle changes every day, and you will see slowly you will reach your goal in less time than you expected. The next card that we are seeing here, it's the card of starting over. It's actually a very clear card. What does this exactly mean in detail? Well, it probably means, related to the card here next to it, that things are not going as you want them to go, not as expected, or you don't like anymore how things in your life are going. It's possible there's a lot of complications in your life, but maybe if we take this distance and we have the courage here to start over here, we could create a whole new world for ourselves. Probably you were in a situation, so it means that you can stop or uncreate the world where you are, and you can create those new possibilities here in your mind. Maybe it was not your intention, maybe you didn't see where you were, maybe you get some revealing, or maybe something happened and suddenly you see things in a different way. Anyway, we should be aware that we before chose for the situation, but now we are choosing to move on here. We also need to be aware with this card here with our own inner strength, because you have a lot of it here, and you need to be courageous, and you have the courage, you just need to apply it. It's also sometimes maybe you have been in a very important decisions not so long ago, and maybe due to reasons you turn back to the old situation, and it might be that you have regrets now, but it doesn't mean you cannot change your mind. So here we see that if you come in a repeating situation and you still want to go for it, it's possible that if you tried this before, it's more hard now because you went back. So in here we are advised to take these steps. And also we need to remind ourselves to avoid going back in previous situations where we don't want to go. We especially need to avoid going back and looking into the future. It's very important here. We need to reconnect our mind to our goals, and then you will see, you will feel an inner power here, because maybe it's also a possibility here that we didn't take certain responsibilities before. And now we see we come in a certain stage that we need to take these responsibilities. Just remember, you were the creator of this situation before, as you will be the creator of your new situation. Anyway, if you accept, you will allow your higher mind to make your conditions satisfying and your circumstances more satisfying. It's important here with this card, there is no self-blame. We can all change our mind, and because if you want to escape from the situation and go back, this is our ego speaking, because actually deep in yourself, you know you want to move on. This is what we are seeing here. This is not a constructive way to think. If you want changes, you need to implement them. You need to be courageous here with this card here. Anyway, we need to, sometimes also meditation helps. For some people, praying helps. For some people, will reflecting in their mind help. Anyway, help is important also, that we ask somebody here to help us. And also we need to accept, if we hear a deep voice in ourselves, our higher self, something is speaking to us, a higher voice here, it will be happy to help you for getting in this more new situation. The next card that we are seeing here is the card of telling the truth. We know by sign, Virgo is a very good analyst. They are very fond of the truth mostly, and they like to analyze things and dissect things. And here we see that the truth is very important for you. It's possible that you discover that certain truths have been hidden for you. And as you start thinking in a different path, or if you start looking around you, you see that things, you become aware that things have been hidden for you. This could be an employer who hides something from you. This could be a person close to you that hides something from you. And it's like you discover this. In many countries now, if I take this in the general, we discover that governments are covering a lot up. They hide things for us. And it's possible that something or some event happened in your life and it opened your eyes. This is what we are seeing here. And it's like your ego tells you, just close your eyes and pretend you don't see it. And your ego interrupts you and it wants to take over, but you don't feel good anymore. If you're really Virgo, you will start to dissect. And it's like you start to dissect your ego, and you tell, it's like I'm telling myself lies, or am I afraid here? But if I wasn't afraid, I would do this and that. And if you do this, you make this sentence, if I wasn't afraid, I would, and you complete the sentences. Mostly, if you do this a few times a day, you will see that the truth will reveal itself. Your analyze will be correct. Anyway, your mind, your higher mind, it's always happy to reveal the truths for you. But we need to open our eyes to see the truths next to us on the world front, whatever they may be. And we need to, of course, be ready to hear it. But sometimes we are scared there are fears, and we hide behind our fears. But it's very hard to block out the truths that we are seeing here, or events in our life that are happening. We can close our eyes, but not forever. Many of us have closed their eyes for things that happened in our life in the last time. But if we do so, we keep spinning in circles. And that's why we have the previous card here for a restart. With baby steps, with small steps. You see here, there's a compact reading here for some changes in your life. If you don't make the changes, you will go back in the circle. You will come back. And this reading here, this spiritual reading, it advises you to go out of the circle. But of course, there must be a desire. You must want it. But don't worry, you're not alone. Many of us want these changes, and a lot of us, a lot of people don't want to go back to unsatisfying pre-COVID situations that we were confronted with. They want to go to a new world, to changes, more collaboration for people. Maybe this is more on a local level for you, but this implies, of course, changes that start with yourself. Anyway, if you reflect on it, you will see that your higher mind, it brings you power and inspirational ideas. So Virgo, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this reading. If you did, you can of course apply what the cards here advise you to do. Also, if you have interest in financial card readings, they are philosophical financial card readings, you could also take a look there. They're all on my channel. Of course, we do the classic monthly Lenormand card readings. These are more like predictions for the month to come. You can all check them out, and you can put the tree together, and then you have a more clear image what is for you to come for the next month. Anyway, Virgo, thank you for your time. Thank you for subscribing, and we see each other next time. Bye bye for now.